potential, somebody who I had to really chase so that she would speak. She's Dr. Manorama, a homeopath doctor, but more than a homeopath doctor, she's a wonderful human being. Her mom was an actress in Marathi, or is an actress in the Marathi movies, and this girl shies away from the camera. So you saw one daughter who followed the path the mother did, and you'll see another daughter who did just the reverse. So right now we're going to meet Manorama, who's going to be talking to us about army life and bags that they have been packing all their life. So Anya also packed her bags, but she was married to a hotelier, and that was artificial. Now we have Manorama, who also is packing her bags, but is married to an army man, and a lot of reality there. There's no glam, it's all reality. So let's meet Manorama today, and she will take us through her experiences. And after that, we cut the cake. Yes, Manorama.
Thank you so much, Anu. And good evening to everyone.
Isn't she pretty? Isn't she pretty?
Beautiful.
Thank you.
And we have two green devils over here today. The one is Anya and the other is Manorama. Both of them have light eyes. So some similarity, some synchronicity. Okay.
Those eyes come from my mother, incidentally. Anyways, thank you so much for calling me on this forum, Anu. I'm very grateful, and I don't know what to say after the enriching experience, after hearing enriching experience by Anya. But I have few things to share, like whatever I have gone through my life during the postings and the army life and the civilian life and the blend of it, and at this fag end of my husband's posting, because he is retiring very soon. All what has I have done, and all those things, you know. So I've been married for 28 years now. You must be surprised because I got married at a very, very young age. I mean, it was a child marriage. Anu knows this joke, child marriage. So I was just 19 when I got married. And I was studying in second year of I just completed first year of homeopathy, and then I got engaged and got married. Even my husband at that time was just a captain. That is only 2 years of service. And we started our life. He was posted in Udaipur that time, and his unit was about to move to Glacier, that is the counterinsurgency area, when we got married. I did not know anything about it. It was just a pink dream in the eyes that I'm getting married to a handsome army officer. That's it. Nothing apart from that, you know. And whatever stuff usually the parents give to the children, we carried that stuff with us in 4 trunks to Udaipur. And at that time, you know, my husband was like, he used to carry all the stuff on his back, even the trunks, heavier trunks. And I used to carry the suitcases in my hands. No coolie, nothing. Coolie nahi karenge types. Okay, fine. I mean, I accepted that. I did not like it, but I had to accept it. Then I put all my stuff in Udaipur and I came home in Pune because I was studying at that time. I could not miss my college. After that, my husband went to Siachen Glacier for 2 years, for 3 years. And when he came on leave, he got all the stuff again back to Pune, packed in the bags, suitcases, and the trunks. And I really did not know at that time what to do with that stuff. I mean, that was my married life, you know, just for a month, because we stayed for a month, just a month. Then he came on leave, and then he went back. So that was my life in initial days. I mean, it was more of gray than pink. I used to find colors. Whenever he was there, I used to find colors. Otherwise, it was all gray. but that's fine. I mean, I came to know about that life when I got married. Before that, I did not have any uh, experience about army life, how it goes. We just see the external things like parties and the makeups and the chiffons and silks and all that stuff, dances and clubs and everything, but the reality is ever known to anyone. But that is again fine. I mean, you have to find certain good things in this life. I really enjoyed that life. After Udaipur, we went to Siachen. After Siachen, my husband was posted in the peace station. Like in Indian Army, we have two kinds of postings. One posting is at the border, and the next posting is in the peace station, where you can keep your family and be with them. So after that posting, I had my first child uh, after 3 years of marriage, and with the little child, with the little son, we went to Meerut, that is in near Delhi. So at that time also, just a little stuff was increased, but still the stuff was in the trunks. And to my surprise, I really did not know how to handle the child, how to handle the husband, and how to handle the house. Because at that time, I learned how to knead the atta dough from my husband's Sahayak's wife. And it was, I mean, I had to learn that. I did not know how to make rotis. That was another thing. But I had a son in my lap, and I thought that if I cannot feed, if he asks me for a roti, and I cannot feed him the roti, what is the use? So I had to learn how to make a roti. After 4 years of marriage, I learned how to knead the atta and then make a roti. It was very tough for me. I mean, I don't know how to explain, but it was very tough. Then the saman little bit increased because of the child, and little household things were increased, but still it was in trunks. This became the habit. Like every time my husband used to go to field and I used to come to a peace station, preferably in Pune with my parents or my in-laws, and I used to move all the stuff. Like my in-laws sent our first freezer was sent by my in-laws from Bombay to Meerut. Can you imagine? I mean, that was a I don't know how to explain it. They send it from here to from Mumbai to Meerut with a huge wooden box around the freezer, and I don't know how did they send, but it came. That freezer came with us. After Meerut, we went to Mau, that is near Indore, Madhya Pradesh, and that freezer came to us with us in the truck with again 6 trunks. I mean, I always felt that the army officer's life and the stuff and everything is something like a bichu, the spider who carries all the stuff on his back. He cannot leave his stuff anywhere. He just carries all the stuff on his back and he moves on. It was something like that. So, first time in Mau, that is almost how many? 23 years ago, we bought our first washing machine. That is from Indore. Then we bought a freezer, new freezer, because whatever was sent by my in-laws, that was not working that time. And we still have that freezer with us. I mean, that is how we keep our things. That is we how we carry our things, and we take care of our things. Though we are moving, we take care of our things. After Mao, my husband went to Assam, that is another counterinsurgency area, for 4 years. And at that time, I was staying with my in-laws for a few months, and then I went to Pune for another 3 years when uh, I was carrying my second child, my daughter, and she was born there. After that particular period, I really had a large amount of stuff collected, utensils, crockery, everything, because we were going to stay at a station that is in Peace Station, that is at Allahabad. So at Allahabad, we stayed for 4 years as a family for the first time.
And this was after how many years?
Um, after 9 years, I think.
After 9 years of marriage, you stayed together as a family.
Yes, yes. Four of us stayed together, could stay together.
Wow.
Yeah. And every time this is the habit, like whenever a posting is there, posting is due, we start packing our stuff. We go in a reverse manner. Like whatever is not required now, or whatever is not going to require at that particular point will be packed now. Like now also I have come from the place, my husband is there at Navsari, he is going to get retired, and we are packing the house. So when I started packing up my things, first I had packed up the curtains. I pulled out all the curtains, I washed them, I tied them and kept it because curtains are not needed. Then I collected all the bed sheets, bed covers, pillow covers, packed them because they are not needed. Then I started collecting the utensils. They are not needed. Keep it away. Then I started collecting all the stationery, all the stuff that is required for household, that is washing material and the soaps and the things, because we have a canteen system where we get all the stuff. Particular stuff is not available, then we collect it. We keep it in the stock. So we have a habit of collecting few things, for 2 months, because we don't know whether we will get it or not. So then I started collecting that stuff, a big box. After that, I started collecting the utensils which are not required. Then I came to smaller things, smaller utensils, smaller the clothes. I started packing up the clothes, extra clothes. Like in army, you have lot of uniforms. With that uniforms, you have lot of shoes because there is particular dress code. Then my husband started packing his stuff. First the shoes, then the uniforms, then the winter clothing. I mean, you collect so many things which are not required at a particular point, but you still require at some point of time. That is the irony, because I bought a leather jacket in Kanpur, and I wear that particular leather jacket whenever there is cold, otherwise it is kept. But I need it. That is the thing. So you never understand where to stop at some point, but you still need certain things. And whenever you are in that packing mode, you feel that, oh, why I have collected so many things? You really don't need them. When I went from Allahabad from Allahabad, my husband went to again to a counterinsurgency area that is in Jammu and Kashmir for 2 years. After that, my stuff was lying in the trunks, and eventually the trunks increased to the size of 80 trunks with all the stuff. But still, I don't have a furniture with me, my own furniture, the bed and the sofa and the chairs and the table. I don't have, because we use whatever is provided by the army. And people do have that, they do collect. Whenever they go, they buy the stuff. They go to Jammu and Kashmir, they buy Akrot stuff. But we haven't collected it. But we have certain stuff, like my husband is fond of repairing things. He can repair anything. I mean, it is out of joke. I say that दिमाग से लेके एक screw तक कुछ भी ठीक कर सकते हैं. He has all the tools.
For
Yes.
Anya, this means right from the head, that is the brain of a person, to everything, he can mend it and he can fix it.
Yeah, I know because he has two drilling machines, two trunks full of materials that saw, hacksaw, and the nails and whatever. And he has the habit.
Germany.
Yeah, I
Can you
can.
send him over to Germany? I need someone like that.
Definitely, definitely. So that is how the saman gets collected, the stuff gets collected. He has two boxes full of shoes, because he is tall and his shoe size is more, the largest. So he has to take the shoes because that is a dress code. I have a fewer stuff than him. I mean, my shoes are lesser than him. Okay, that is another part. That is how the stuff is collected, and every time whenever we pack, first we have to take the account of the packing material. An army officer or a officer in service never throws the packing material, because you never know whether you will get a box. गत्ते का बॉक्स अगर मिलता है तो ठीक है, अदरवाइज कहाँ से लाएंगे. The न्यूज़पेपर्स भी कलेक्ट करके रखते हैं, because we never throw. Whatever we buy, we keep the outer box. Like toaster खरीदा तो toaster का box रख दिया, because we can afford to throw it, because we have to move the stuff. That is the beauty. That is where the stuff is collected. So we take account of all the packing material, all the plastics, whatever we have to wrap. That is how the packing starts. At least month or two the packing starts. And now I'm here in Mumbai, and we are supposed to move our truck on 23rd, and just a little thing is remaining. That includes my husband's paperwork, which is a whole bed. It is spread on whole bed. He has to collect everything and pack it. From my side, the kitchen is almost packed. I mean, I really wonder that whatever stuff I have, when I'm going to use it, and why I have collected so many things. And the thing is, this year we bought a house. Till this period, till this time, we did not have a house to keep that stuff. That is why we have to move that. We had to move that stuff from one posting station to another. And there are certain times when my stuff used to lie in the trunks for 4 years. I mean, I'm somewhere, my stuff is somewhere, my husband is somewhere. The life is in pieces. They say that the posting is in field and once in peace, but we live in pieces. There is no complete life as such. I mean, I'm not cribbing out for that, but still, that is reality. That is our reality. That's how it is. And this is the time I'm taking just a break, because I'm going to Hyderabad for some workshop. And otherwise, for the last month or so, I'm just packing, packing, and packing. So I did not really find time to prepare for a new topic on a news forum, though I wanted to be a speaker. But I said, Anu, this is my topic. Is it okay for you? She said, okay, it's all right.
I'm going to ask
So
you a few
that's how it
questions.
is. Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much. What did you learn from each packing? Or in whole, when you're looking at starting from 4 trunks to 80 trunks now, what's your learning there?
You really don't need so many things. You really don't need so many things. It is just for the time being that you feel that you will need, but you really don't need. That is the biggest learning.
So
I
what do
mean,
you really need, Manorama? If I would say a person needs this, and this for survival, you don't need these things, then what do you really need? for
See,
survival.
for normal eating habits, you require certain stuff. You don't require a dinner set, whole
Yes,
dinner set. You require 2 glasses, maybe six, but you don't require a crystal crockery.
yes.
You require a TV, you require a computer, but if you have a computer that is a utility item, you don't require a TV. We don't have a TV.
Got it.
So you really have to measure your requirements.
So
Earlier the better.
Anya's measuring tape can be used for how much you really require.
Yes, definitely, definitely, definitely.
Yes, Anya, the measuring tape that you use to measure how much of life left can be used over here to measure how much is required in that much life left.
I don't think we can measure, but I agree we have too much of everything. And then
Yes,
it's always, like, I mean, I can open a bookshop, I can open a
absolutely.
silver shop, I can open a dish shop. I have, and then you inherit from your mom. And then I say, well, it hurts me to throw it away. But every
Yeah.
household full. So, I don't know. We have too much stuff. We don't need all of that. We
Absolutely.
don't need all of that.
I know
We
means
really,
Do we, Manorama,
yeah.
also collect emotions like this? Like negative emotions, like positive emotions, like negative experiences, like positive experiences. See, the
Definitely,
parts that we
definitely.
can pack, what are the parts that we cannot pack?
Uh, we really don't need to pack anything. We just have to leave everything.
Amazing.
Because, yeah, yeah, because whenever my neighbor sees my stuff, she always criticizes me. Why have you collected so much of stuff? Then the question rises in my mind, then when do I live my life? I have certain emotions, I have certain wishes that I want a particular style of living, I want a particular quality of living, and that is why I'm buying the stuff. And since I don't have a house to keep the stuff, I have to carry with them, with us. So the question she asks, why are you carrying so much of things? That hurts a lot at times. But when we have a space to keep, then I can say, yes, I can keep my stuff there. So same goes for emotions. When you have certain place to keep your emotions, you can bargain with that. What emotions you want and what emotions you don't want.
So
Yeah.
we have to leave the stuff behind. We don't have to collect
Yes,
it.
absolutely.
And
I
Absolutely.
love that.
Absolutely.
and tell me, what's life all about? What did this army life teach you really? What's life all about? Because you were in Peace Station in pieces,
Yes.
and when you were not at Peace Station, you were in.
When I'm not in peace station, we are together. I mean,
Wow. So
yeah,
togetherness meant.
it is totally different. I mean, you are I mean, I'm staying at one place, he's staying somewhere else. Still we are together. But when we are actually together, we sit in different rooms and do our activities.
Wow.
Something like that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you are together because you're not always together. So it's good.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, you have to draw the boundary of togetherness also. You have to give space to each other. You could not stay together. That doesn't mean you cling to each other and sit together.
Yes.
because
Wonderful.
uh, uh, because every army officer and every army wife goes through this transition. Initially they really feel that they need to be together, and the family and the kids and everything, But as the days pass, they have their own space, they have their own things, and they have their own life, which is the need of the hour. You really cannot depend uh, on the husband for the togetherness. You have to be strong and you have to learn how to stay alone at times.
Wonderful. Manorama, who
Yeah.
were you at before 19? Describe yourself in one or two words, and who have you become today?
Uh, Emotionally independent person?
Today or then?
Yes. No, 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 not at that time. Today. I
And
can say that. It's a journey started. Being an emotionally independent person, that is very important. Otherwise, कितना रखोगे और कितना छोड़ोगे समझ में नहीं आएगा.
how much to leave and how much to carry, you will
Yeah,
not
yeah,
understand.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
absolutely great. So go back, and who were you then when you were not emotionally independent?
Uh, I don't know. I mean, if I would be that person, if I would be emotionally independent that time, I wouldn't have married. Yeah,
You're honest.
yes,
So what,
very
according to
honest.
you, is then, with all these packings, with all these shiftings, with all this, and that's what happens in our life. It's very metaphoric that we start
Yeah,
with just one box, maybe with just our naked body into this world, and slowly we
absolutely.
collect, we collect, we collect, we collect. And if God was to ask us, you collected all this and still you call yourself without anything, still you're saying
Absolutely.
you don't have anything. I sent you nanga panga, I sent you naked with nothing but your body and your soul. And now you've collected so much, and yet you feel you haven't collected.
Yes.
What would you say to God then?
I would thank God for giving me this understanding and realization at a very early stage of life. Still, I have many years to go, and I have realized that the needs are very less, and I really have to, I can survive without it. So
Wow.
I will thank God. And especially this time, particular COVID times, that uh, I have learned is you really, really require very few things. I mean, army teaches you that. At times you have all the things, at times you don't have anything. I mean, now I can say I have an AC in my room, but I have seen times in Meerut when my son was only how many 4 months old, and there was no lights for 3 days.
Right.
I have seen those days also, and even soldiers are seeing and experiencing worse than this.
Absolutely.
So yes, when my husband says that the hunger is here, now I can understand that really hunger is here. You don't need cuisine to satisfy your hunger.
Yeah. Yeah.
In COVID, there when there were restrictions, you cannot go out. I mean, we were very, very comfortable sitting at home. We never felt that we should go out and meet people. I mean, that's a luxury for us. Going outside and eating in and visiting malls and all that stuff is a luxury for us, really. We really don't feel that it's a need. We were happy at home, sitting together, enjoying whatever stuff was going around, learning new things. That's how we passed our time.
Wow, Manorama, I salute you.
Yeah. I mean, that is the learning, biggest learning. That yes, I can survive as a civilian in this particular crucial time. I can survive. I have that confidence now.
Wow. Last question. What is love
Yeah,
according to you?
I don't know.
You haven't found it still?
Not yet.
Thank you for being so honest.
Yes.
And thank you
Thank
for
you so
being
much.
so honest.
Thank
I
you.
loved it. Any questions, guys? You know something, Manorama? This is what I like about getting to know people.
Yeah.
Getting to know people is different from getting to know their intellect.
Absolutely.
All these years, I was collecting their intellect. Today, I'm collecting their experiences. Today, I'm truly learning from each and every one of you. Because each and every one of you lived a different life. Two people, both packed, both moved, both had a very different take on it. Anya, would you like to say something here?
Well, I've been interfering all the time while you were talking, and I agree with a lot of things you say. And Vasvi, she said, you know, it's like things end up owning you. And it's so true. And I always have this visual in front of me, you know, like in former days when prisoners were caught, they had a ball on their foot so they couldn't run away, like a big metal ball. And sometimes I feel like that because we can't move because everything, we have too much, you know, we have too much. And I agree 100% that, and COVID made us also hopefully realize, not only us, but many people, I hope, that we just are, everything is too much. We're abusing too much, we have too much, we expect too much, everything is too much. So
Absolutely.
I think it's important to calm down again and come back to basics, you know, and the basics are enough.
Wow, I'm so humbled. I'm so humbled.
Yes.
Okay, you guys are going to give me 2 minutes. I'm going to take a bio break and get a cake here, and so that we can all cut it. And till then, you can, Kiran, can you take over the show, please? Kiran, are you still there?
Hey, of course I'm there.
Yeah. Can you
I'm there. Of
just
course, yeah,
move the
sure.
show around and
Yes, of course.
going? Give me 5 minutes before I bring the cake in. Bye bye.
Sure. Now we come to Dr. Manorama. So
Yeah,
first of all,
hi.
I'm intrigued about your mother because we in Mumbai, we all are fans of the Marathi stage and Marathi cinema. So whose lovely daughter are you? Because you know
My
most of the
mother is,
actresses.
yeah, my mother is
Kimya is also
Mrs.
on board. She's also. We both are intrigued by the Marathi cinema.
Shubhangi Damle. My mother's name is Shubhangi Damle.
Okay.
And she is in Pune presently. She is
Lovely.
Puneite.
That's
And
lovely.
she runs a institute called as Maharashtra Cultural Center. And she
Okay.
coordinates all the activities of Maharashtra Cultural Center. It is amateur theatre.
Okay.
And they have, she is running it for 25 years now.
So
And they
you
have,
never thought of joining the theater to be
no,
an
no, no,
actor?
not at all. Not at all.
And does
Not at
you
all.
know the green eyes, the light eyes, do they run in the Damle family? Because we have another actor, well known Prashant Damle.
Prashant Damle. Yes, he
Is he
belongs,
related?
he is from my husband's side. He
Ah,
is my
that's lovely.
brother-in-law. Yeah.
Okay, so the green eyes runs in both the families.
Not in
The
Patwardhan
maternal side.
family,
Okay,
in Dam. I mean, my great grandmother had the same eyes.
okay, lovely.
Yeah.
In fact, Doordarshan newsreader was there. I think Kimya knows. Even she was a Patwardhan with light green eyes, and she was so beautiful. I
Charushila
think
Patwardhan.
Charushila Patwardhan. That's it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, a typical Kokanasta Brahman type, like from Pune. And Pune is nice. Pune is good.
Yeah.
Wonderful, guys.
Nice
I'm
and fun.
back
Yeah.
with the
Yay! Anna's back. Come on, come on, come on.
guys with the cake. And
Anu,
Get the plates.
can
Get the
you
plates.
freeze? Can you freeze the cake for us so when I come to Mumbai, I can have the piece?
how you person.
It will turn into a fossil.
I'm just going to show you guys what the cake looks like. Give me a
Yeah.
minute. Give me a minute. Let me connect back to the Skype over my other connection. Oh my God. How do I do this? Okay. Let's do it again. Okay.
Happy birthday to you.
Us.
Happy birthday.
Anu has turned 200 today.
Yes, 200 years.
200 years.
I look sexy for 200 years.
Basvi, you were so stiff. I thought it's a photograph.
Really too sexy for 200.
Okay,
Yes.
guys. 1 minute. I will have to. Yes. Okay.
100 and 100.
Okay, guys. Can you see
Anu.
that?
Oh, look at that.
Wow. Wait, 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 wait. Stand up to
My
see it.
goodness.
Oh, well.
Wow.
Can you
can't
see
see it.
that?
No.
Yes, I can.
Now
Oh,
we
there
can
I saw, there I saw, there I saw. Yes. Oh, there.
Yes.
Oh, done a good job.
Oh, how lovely.
beautiful.
Wow.
We could eat it.
1 minute. Let me
hungry.
put it. Let me pin it.
Wow.
Anu, I've clicked pictures of the cake. I'll put it up on the group.
Wait, wait. I'll just.
Wow.
I need to.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
I'd like to see everybody's peeping into the camera. That's
Yay.
Anna and Kimmy. Everybody's peeping
So,
into
all
it.
of us.
Wow.
Ah,
Happy
Happy birthday.
birthday. Yeah.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Great.
And
Congratulations.
celebration.
So, this is for.
Lovely.
This is for each and everyone, not you.
I know.
Yeah,
Thank you.
everybody's going to eat it.
Yay.
Lovely.
God bless. God bless.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Stay blessed.
Yay.
200 turns to 500 to.
That is the privilege of the host on Zoom.
Oh my God.
Lovely. We are the privileged ones to be a part of this today.
So thank you. It
Yes,
was
yes.
amazing,
And
delicious.
see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Anu.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Anu.
We'll be meeting on
Good
this.
night. Bye.
Nice meeting
We'll be meeting on
everybody.
this Tuesday. Give me a minute. Let me get out of this. So we'll be meeting on this Tuesday.
Who's gonna be on Tuesday?
Tuesday we have got Chintan Dalal who's going to be talking about his life, philosophy, and everything. That's going to be a brilliant show again.
Anu, we have to arrest one person.
No.
Kimia, we need to arrest her.
Wait,
Olivia,
Listen, she
give me a
needs to
call,
talk.
tell me what you can do for us, and we'll have you on the show.
She's got so many topics to talk. She's got the sigil and so many things. She's got a lot.
Not only
We need to arrest her.
Yeah, not only
She's a gate crasher, okay? She needs to be arrested.
Done.
Yeah, some